I'm getting flashbacks of Chibi blocking Ellen Historian and the divorce arc happening. Now, I don't know what's going on between Nicholas Light and Mr. GOT Games, but we got a brand new update, all right? Here we go. I know this is a bit early in the day, and a lot of my community won't be awake, but I just wanted to release a statement. Bro, as soon as this went up, my monkeys are immediately spamming it in my Discord saying, you gotta read this, you gotta read this. The most dedicated unemployed people, I appreciate you for the content. And I'll be completely transparent with the entire thing. Nicholas Light TV has sent me a DM. Now, I'm unable to reply to this DM, so I imagine for now he has closed them as we still follow each other. Ooh. Now. Let's keep reading and I'll give you my, my DMs with Nicholas Light. Not gonna leak them, but just kind of want to show you the mechanics behind Twitter of how DMs kind of work. Now, before I continue, I want to say that I absolutely believe that these are not people from my community doing the following. Not a chance. These are people who are obsessed with hate, using this drama as a way to stoke their own ego. Yes, there's a lot of people like that. What have I been saying this entire time? During the coverage of the drama, there's always going to be the example I give. People protesting peacefully, actually trying to make productive change, but there's going to be shitty bad faith actors in any spectrum, whether it be the right or the left, whether it be the glazers or the haters, right? Using this situation to their advantage and making it shittier. They're going to riot, they're going to loot, they're going to make a mess because they don't actually care about it. They only care about spamming one frame, man, to the nth degree throughout these 3 months to get as much internet points as possible. It's like, god damn it, at least fucking make a video about it. Y'all motherfuckers be spamming to the void on Twitter, screeching and screaming without anything. You're just wasting your time. At least, though, it gives me content. I get to read your retardation and make money off of it. Nicholas Light and me disagree on a million things. We're very different content creators and very different people. Yeah. These two, honestly, could not be more different. I actually do think it is like the polar extreme on the spectrum. Maybe polar extreme isn't the best way to phrase it, but I think that Nicholas Light absolutely is like the antithesis of GOT gaming. These two, even though they work off each other, it's like water and fire, right? But despite the drama going on at the moment and the issues with One Punch Man, there is no excuse to ever use me or anyone else as a weapon to personally attack someone. And that's an issue that happens a lot where rage baiters will try to rage bait content creators, whispering in their ears saying, yo, this guy said this about you. And if you don't do the due diligence, you get caught upon the crossfire and then even more bullshit happens. The things people are saying to him and his wife and the other side to me, parenthesis, which I will say now and never again as to not feel it, are disgusting. Yeah, I talked about this shit over and over, that there is a way to criticize what Nicholas Light's doing without bringing his personal life into it. There's people leaking, voice messages, chats, pictures of his dick that we see every 3 months, saying nasty shit about a personal life. I don't go there. You think that I'm clout chasing? No. If I truly want the clout chase, I would use the worst of the fucking worst to do a character assassination of Nicholas Light to get as much as hate viewers as possible. But that's not what I do. That's fucking bullshit. It's dishonest and it's unproductive. This is an anime that people have a different opinion on, and some awful people are using this as a way to go after people personally. Awful. I cannot stand these people who have never watched my videos, never subscribed to me, or using my name as a way to go after him because I drop One Punch Man, even though you don't give a damn about me or my content. You just don't like Nicholas Light. This happens a lot to me as well. You'll see there's a lot of schizos in my Twitter replies too, trying to give me ammo to say, oh my god, Nicholas Light is so bad. You need to just absolutely condemn him for everything. There's a lot of people who are his haters that's been existing for the last couple of years, right? They have all the receipts. They just want to stir up more drama and basically instigate other content creators, or try to blame, other content creators and say, Nick, look what they're saying. And Nick, I don't think is going to do the due diligence to actually, listen and read everything. There's so much stuff to go sift through. It's fucking ridiculous. And then even more stupid drama happens while the rage baiters just laugh in the quiet corner. And that's why I always do my due diligence to exactly see what's the objective truth. The side of love needs to come down hard and block out these awful people who have nothing better to do than bring people down to their pitiful level. There is no hate between myself and any creator. These are jokes. We make them both sides and we do it with respect for one another. It's so sad that this needs to be posted at all. Treat everyone with respect, even if you disagree. There is no more room in this world for hate. I do want to add that I hope he addresses this himself after messaging me. Wonder what kind of DM he got sent. I'm assuming it was such a negative DM that GOT Games is making a public tweet about it. Because if the DMs were closed and it was a very negative tweet because maybe Nick was told, you know, all these different things that GOT Games that actually didn't do, or maybe he did do. I don't know. I think that's what he's responding to. Sadly, I can imagine a lot of this people from his own community who are following him just to say awful things to him about his wife. I don't think there's as much statement will do to the situation. But it would have been wrong of me not to say something when he directly asked me to. And scrolling through his page, I can't see him directly addressing it, so I'm a bit confused, but I'll leave that to him. Oh, okay. There's some drama going on here. As always, we will spread love, and I hope that the bad actors in the Nicholas Light community do the same. Nah. They won't. Because they want to use Nick as an excuse to be as shitty as possible. They're not actually Nick's fans. Like, again, there's going to be bad faith actors. There's always going to be the most unemployed losers that have nothing going on in their lives that wants to latch themselves onto a fandom, a community, a content creator, and try to justify their own shitty behavior while stoking the controversy. It's just so fucking retarded that I get to call them out, and then it becomes fun content. Let's see. What else is there? I think there's another one too, right? Whoa! All right. There's the DMs right there. All right, you're simply the best. Appreciate your transparency. Love, honestly. It's sad Nicholas like can't even address his own community's harassment while people like you have to step in. Meanwhile, Nicholas can't even control his own toxic community or face the harassment he's responsible for. I think that it is kind of pointless to try to, let's say, condemn Nick for all the different schizos. Just like the same way I will never blame anyone that claims to be part of Nick's fandom and are being shitty as like Nick's fault. Just like the same way I wouldn't blame GOT Games and his fandom for being shitty to Nicholas Light. I think that content creators have to, behind the scenes, know that they're cool with each other and that there's only so much you can do with the fucking retards that you share. And in that aspect, I show you this DM, right? Shout out to... Okay. Admox loves fucking sending me these fucking... This is where the DMs are coming from, by the way. Shout out to Admox. He fucking loves sending me these fucking random ass thumbnails to give me more content. But basically, I want to show you this, right? Basically, I'm talking to Nick here about just advice. I think there's some things that he's saying that would get him in trouble. I'm trying to look out for him, and you know, we're conversing, right? And of course, anytime you need advice or just want to double check something, hit me up. I got you. I think that if you leaked, I'm leaking it myself, bro. I think that if there is a way to navigate and handle all this shit, it's that you can't demonize people, right? I understand how much you may hate this guy, but like demonizing him, making him the villain, he's gonna double down. He's gonna double down more and more, and to a point where he'll say, fine, I'll be the villain that you want me to. You can't do that. If all you want to do is be shitty, you're basically two sides of the same coin. There's a productive way to collaborate and utilize Nick's influence and platform. There's a reason why Nick is always involved in everything that we cover in this channel and a lot of the anime stuff. There's a lot of random, people throughout the anime community also seeing Nick the more that this shit goes on because of his platform, his size of influence. That's an undeniable fact. So if this outcome will not change, where his voice will be there, do you think it's a good idea to shit on him constantly over and over again? I don't think so. Because he's gonna then be even more shitty to you just to spite you. I think it's way better to work with him, right? You need to be able to just like be more mature and work with him and try to actually see eye to eye, rather than just calling him all these fucking slurs and all these, shitty things. Or I think the outcome later on is going to be even worse. And if all you want to do is crash out at him, you are again two sides of the same coin. As many people, that you seem to hate because they're being shitty, if you're shitty back, I say go for it if that makes you happy. But if your intent is actually to change something, that's not going to get you anywhere, right? I totally get being angry and frustrated and then wanting to basically, it's like an eye for an eye. And you know how vengeful I am too. But when it comes with, let's say, not random chatters or random comments, but someone with Nicholas Light with such a influence, it is not in your best interest to demonize him, or things will be even worse in the future. And I wanted to show you this because obviously my DMs are still open. My DMs are still open with him, and then that goes to show that, ooh, maybe there is drama between mom and dad. I don't know who mom and dad would be in this situation, but, you know, we're getting caught up in the crossfire, bro. And I hope that, you know, blocking doesn't happen, because then, you know, we don't get more content out of it, but that's kind of the state of affairs. Hopefully we'll get something, you know, cleared out. See you later.